In only a few days, we're going to get another look at some really cool stuff from Monster Hunter Wilds at the Summer Games Fest. And honestly, I might be tempted to say that I don't really care if anything else cool comes out, but I'm pretty sure I'll change my mind if something else comes out that we obviously don't know about yet. But anyway, hey YouTube, I'm Ross McGoss. This is Not Real Life, and I actually wanted to discuss a couple things here. More than a couple things about Monster Hunter Wilds that have been on my mind, and I really have no place to put them. First things first, there are a few things I would really like to see in this upcoming Summer Games Fest video, and some of them are probably just hopium, which we'll start with hopium. First, I would love to see a new weapon. I don't think there's really any indication that they will, but there really isn't any indication that they won't. Whatever that is, I think it will be cool. Is it likely? Probably not, but hey, you can always dream, right? Second, they've already gone ahead and announced that they're going to reveal a new monster at this thing here, and I'm going to guess a couple of guesses here. One is going to be these raptor creatures, and I'll show you a little screenshot here. From the trailer, you can see them attacking Doshiguma, and they look pretty cool. I assume they'll have like a drone name or drone. I can't remember how it is. And maybe the name of what I'm tentatively calling Sand Kadachi. A lot of people have saying that it's other things, but based on the body type, that's what came to my mind first. Hopefully, we'll also see a completely new monster. I've been hearing hopes that it's going to be the box monster. Maybe not yet. Maybe it will be. Who knows? I hope it's not just, Rathalos in engine with combat and stuff like that, and something completely new. Another thing I'd love to see is additional information on skills and focus mode. Honestly, these are probably going to be held until we have like a developer diary where they actually just explain some of these skills or things like that that are going to be changed for the new game. But maybe we'll get to see some of these in action, like some indication of a switching base skill, because you can carry the two weapons on the fly now. Maybe they're mount activated skills, such as I'm thinking more along the lines of things that activate like maximum might. You have your stamina full for a certain amount of period, it activates. You're on the bird for a little bit, it activates. Lastly, I kind of want to present a theory about the game here and the lore, and let's see where this goes. So, in the world of Monster Hunter, balance has always been like a pretty important thing. Like balance of the environment, which is essentially why hunters go out and hunt, right? To maintain the ecosystem, because these giant creatures can massively upset the balance of nature. In Wilds, I would like to bring attention to that there's this particularly reflective aspect of the logo. And in it, as you can see here, you can see that there's not one, but two. Actually, there's six, but forgive me for now. There's two elder dragons I'm going to bring attention to. One is this light green one, and the other one is this opposite orangey jagged one. All right? And I'd like to point out that this brings to me an idea, not the idea, the real life concept of sexual dimorphism. And maybe this monster is not a monster, but a pair of monsters. Attention to the point of sexual dimorphism has been brought up multiple times in these trailers. You can see this specifically with the Karatnoth herd, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, the Daltheon creatures. They're like Kestodons, but not. And honestly, every monster in this area appears to be importantly related to herds and having different dynamics, with the one exception of the new boy, Chatacabra. This, on a tangent, makes me think that maybe he's invading from a different locale, but that's a whole different story. Even the only confirmed old monster in the game is known for sexual dimorphism as well, which is Rathalos, and obviously has a pair with Rathian. So, to me, this reflectiveness of the logo is also obviously pointing out to these creatures and how the environment reflects their condition, or their condition reflects the environment, vice versa. And you can see this in perhaps that the green one is going to represent abundance, and we can see that here with the abundant form of the scenery, or the orange one can represent the storm, or I don't know if it's the barren part, or maybe the barren part is the result of both of these having been interacted, and now the land is resulting in, being depleted of energy and has become barren. I've heard some people say that they think this is going to be like a game with seasons, which also makes sense. But I really feel that the Elder Dragons are going to have an important role here, and what's causing this, because obviously the lightning seems to be part of the storm surge all the time. But while I was looking at this, it made me wonder, what if Nata's journey is also a reflection of the Elder Dragon's journey? Because I'm not the only one who seems to have pointed this out, but it does appear that he is searching, or they, as a group, collectively, are trying to help him find somebody, most likely the parents. So this led me to think about, obviously, what if Nata's looking for his family? And this is a reflection of the Elder Dragons. How, I might hear you asking. Well, this brings us back to the logo one more time, where, as you can see, again, there are 6 dragons listed here. So obviously 4 of them are much smaller than the other 2, and again, with the importance of herds being shown in the Wilds gameplay and the new trailers, this leads me to believe that perhaps these are the spawnlings, children, I can't think of a word for dragonlings of the main Elder 2 dragons. And as a result, we have Nata looking for his family, and the dragons are looking for their family too. And this honestly may not have any relation to this at all, but while I was combing this video and just looking at these things here, trying to figure out my thoughts, and while I was noticing all these little details, I noticed, of course, they made it so we could not help but notice Nata's little necklace. And if you pause it real quick, you'll notice that there's a little bit of carving. It's really hard to make out. To me, it kind of looks like a really coiled serpent, or serpents. It's obviously, you can't really see. But if we go with the theory of he's looking for his family, his parents, obviously this would have been something from them, since they're making such a big deal about it. Perhaps this came from this region, and it has something to do with these Elder Dragons and the phenomena that's being caused when the storm surges happen. And is it necessary or related to helping them find out what's going on with the Elder Dragons, or the Elder Dragon spawn? Is it just something, a nice keepsake? Either way, it seems pretty important, so that last one's probably not it. But feel free to speculate away. I mean, that's the most fun part of this whole thing. And you might be wondering why I feel that the necklace is particularly important to the Elder Dragon's story or the state of the environment. Well, I didn't initially. I just wondered, it was just important to the boy and his family. However, upon rewatching this and paying attention to the logo a little bit more, you'll notice this little section right here. At first I thought it was it reminds me of a fruit, but it also looks like a pendant, which then is what made me go back and notice that he had the serpenty looking carving on his necklace. And this is what's bringing the link for me. It's possible that, I've completely missed the mark and this is something completely unrelated, but what would this video be if I was not here to recklessly spread hype? Alright. Well, I guess that's really it. This was just a really quick video that came off the top of my head while I was watching these things, like you guys, obsessively trying to figure out what's going on and if we can find anything interesting. And you know what? I know people try not to hype irresponsibly, but I don't really care right now. Let's just hype irresponsibly. I'm super stoked for Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm sure you are too if you've actually seen this video. And you know what? Let's be irresponsible together. I'm Ross Magaz. This is Not Real Life. Thanks for sticking out through the end of the video. Do the things, click, 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 click. And I'll see you guys next time.